Hello there, Cancer. How are you guys doing? It's Jen here, and this is your May tarot reading. So it's some meditation. Let me talk about the moons quickly so I don't forget. On May 11th, there's a new moon in the sign of Taurus. I see you and Taurus for some reason getting along pretty well. They may be a little stubborn for your liking as a cardinal sign, and them being a fixed earth sign. They're the most fixed of the fixed signs because of earth in general is more fixed, right? The earth doesn't move. The trees don't move. And water signs are comfortable because water, yes, it goes up in the sky as rain, but it, for the most part, always tries to find its way back to earth, to the ground, to be grounded. It feels comfortable in an earth sign. So the new moon in Taurus on the 11th, I got the chills. So some of you may be very comfortable with an earth sign right now. Then on May 26th, and I think you will, I think you'll be feeling this for some reason more than the average sign. There is a pink full super moon lunar eclipse on May 26th in the sign of Sagittarius. So a super moon just means it's very close to the earth, so it will look bigger than normal. So just for beauty's sake, you can watch that. I think you would be really impressed by what it will look like. So Sag, you guys can jive with Sag being a cardinal sign. You're up for spontaneity, for doing things, for movement, for taking risks, and you know, some signs just don't like to take risks at all. It feels very uncomfortable for them. The earth signs in general, but everyone's an individual. But being a cardinal sign does make it a little more comfortable for you for entrepreneurial things, trying new things, travel, change. You're a little bit more comfortable with that by nature. So I can see this, you may make it kind of a seemingly impulsive decision, but you've been thinking, this is the thing about Cancer. You guys, if someone doesn't really know you, they can think that you're kind of, I'm not trying to be insulting here, I'm insulting other people. Great, Jen. You just seem to, the Cancers I know project a very calm, friendly front. And I think some people can misconstrue that as sort of not having depth to you. And I think that's your superpower because you guys are so smart and you know what the fuck's going on. Where the fuck was I going with that? Anyway, I kind of lost my place. I'm sorry. That probably means I shouldn't have said whatever I was going, whatever path that was taking. But with this full moon in Sag, okay, I remember now. It may seem impulsive, but this is like you've been thinking about this and figuring this out for a long time. You just maybe keep things quiet or more to yourself until you really have figured things out. It's just sort of the way you process and deal with things. And it's really, really smart because if you start to bring people in too much and talk about things too much, people can unwittingly, unknowingly, because we all look at things from our own filter, from our own point of view, can kind of cast doubts or make you kind of put the fire out, put that Sag fire out a little bit on what you're excited about. And you know that, okay, this has to come from me. and what feels right to me. And it doesn't mean you won't take constructive criticism, but you're going to wait till you have a really formulated plan before you start bringing people in. So you feel really good and solid about the basics. Okay, moving on. So right off when I went to do your channeling, I heard a song lyric, I got your back. And so I don't know if you're in a situation, in a relationship, in a work situation, whatever, where you really feel supported. You feel like you've got someone's back and vice versa. And it's a really nice feeling. Maybe you have a boss that's really supportive. Um, isn't that a novel thing, right? Then I saw a collaboration. So maybe this idea there is one person you're going to collaborate with, or you have one person that you bounce things off of. Then I just started drawing waves. I can't draw, but my version of waves across the whole. Took one line of paper and drew the waves and water. And so I don't know if that's a branding thing, or you're going to be planning to go by water, spend time by water, move by water, um, taking up surfing, um, or the boogie board. That's really fun. I like to do that during the summer at a beach with not big, huge waves, smaller waves. I see a surfboard for some of you. I just see a real sort of California or beach vibe. You can see those. Maybe they're like 80s things because I'm old, but like the sunset, those vacation t shirts you get. Aquarius got something about vacation or moving to live where people go on vacation. That doesn't have to be a tropical scene, but um, yeah, something about water. I just see you being really inspired. I saw the Ace of Wands, which is the spark of the match, like the that first spark of something, of an idea, of inspiration, creativity coming out. So an idea, a product, a creative download. Some of you may become a bit obsessed with this because you're just like, yes, something about it just really clicked for you, and you may be throwing yourself into researching and developing this idea. It's like, I guess, if you get an idea for a book and you just want to get it down on paper, like it's something like that. Not that I've ever written a book before. Then I see that someone may drop by or DM, more likely in this day and age, direct message you from your past. Okay, so this could be an old flame. I feel like a lot of you are lukewarm about it and may just blow them off, or um, yeah, you're not too. It's kind of like, yep, hi, what's their deal? All right, whatever, moving on. But for a couple of you, it may really throw you off, especially if you're currently seeing someone. This could be the one that got away, someone that you're really. It's going to make you really think potentially. Or this could be, or maybe this is happening to someone you're with, but I feel like it's more you, and it's really going to make you think about your relationship and the quality of it, and is this current relationship what you really want? Um, yeah, you're just going to have a lot of thoughts, a lot of processing if that does happen to you. A lot of thoughts. That's interesting. Eight of Cups. I want to see all of them. Justice. Huh. I see karma coming around for someone, maybe from the past. Could be actually, now that the Three of Cups came out, this could be an old friend from the past. Maybe a guy. I want to say a guy because I'm being stereotypical, but I do see maybe if you had a friend that a romantic partner came in between you somehow, maybe they're coming back around. But the Eight of Cups is walking away from something. It's getting to that point where you think, okay, I've been pouring a lot of time and energy and emotions into something, and I'm just not getting the payback. It's not fulfilling me, and it's time to move on. It's run its course, whatever. They hurt you. Um, but it's usually you choosing to walk away, and you kind of didn't feel like you had a choice with the way things were going. It just was zapping you. I like to think of the Eight of Cups as a slot machine. To think about the fact that, if we go gambling, unless you have a gambling problem, I guess when I go, the few times I've gone gambling, I bring a certain amount of money. And when that money is gone, it's done. Like, I'm not going to the ATM. That's it. I have a bottom line. But for whatever reason, it's just not that clear. The reason is it's just not that objective and black and white. That when do I keep trying in certain situations, and when is it time to walk away? And so in some situations, you're thinking, okay, it's time to walk away. Or if this is talking about this person coming back, it could be someone that you walked away from, and now they're coming back. There's some sort of karma going on with the Justice card. So maybe they're just, if it's maybe a friend, that maybe they're coming back to apologize, or I guess you could hear about something happening to someone that did you dirty, and you felt like, there, you know, not that you're not a vindictive sign at all, but kind of like, yeah, see, they are assholes. Or, maybe someone comes to you and says, wow, you know what? Maybe you tried to warn them or something, or maybe they weren't supportive of you when you were describing what you were going through, and they've come back and been like, you know what? You were right. They were an asshole, or they were being manipulative, or whatever. So you feel validated. Thank you. That's the word. And the Three of Cups is a really supportive energy. It's emotional support. It's getting together with friends, if it's safe, obviously. Maybe you hear about a friend who has a breakup and you're going to support them. Getting together with an old group of friends, maybe there could be a reunion of sorts that will actually be going on. I don't know how they'll do that this year, but maybe they'll allow vaccinated people to go or something. A family, there's going to be a lot of reunions, I'm thinking, happening this summer as people are getting vaccinated and able to feel like they can safely visit loved ones. So the justice could be a court case. You could hear about, it could be a divorce being finalized, some sort of legal things being taken care of. I'm really drawn to the tarot cards that this Justice card has here. What is that? I want to see what's in the scales. It looks like a feather and jewels. The feather to me is an air sign, which is the swords, which is thoughts. It's kind of like intellectual information and wisdom is just as valuable as all those jewels. Really thinking about what you value. So if you've had relationships that don't work out in the past, really, instead of stewing over why they were such an asshole, like, okay, what was I drawn to? Why was I drawn to that? What was there? did I tell myself, was I looking at the potential of the relationship or how it was? Because how things are right in the moment, or the sort of the basic baseline of a person, that you can't ever assume or think that's going to change. Like people, how they're acting now is how they are, and I don't know. I sure have gone on, convinced myself, well, if they would just do this, it would be great. And so I'm going to go with that. They're going to do that. They're going to change. And people just are who they are. And if we get into relationships thinking or hoping someone will change, it often doesn't work out. But you have, are there basic incompatibilities? So this is really a theme that's been coming up when you look at, because I was talking about Taurus and Sag is what I was talking about. So we have Sag, that is a fire sign, a mutable sign. They're all over the place. I'm Sagittarius. They're spontaneous. Let's do it. Let's go. They're action oriented. They feel lucky. They don't tend to be as worried about things not working out as a lot of other signs. So they're a bit fearless. They just, let's do it. Why not? Let's give it a try. And then Taurus is a fixed earth sign, which is like the fixedest, most fixed of the earth signs. Earth is already fixed, being earth. And then Taurus they will double down. They will dig their heels in. They don't like fast moving change. It doesn't mean they can't change. They're also Venus, they're beauty. They just, and I can see passionately and attraction wise Sag and Taurus being very, very attracted to each other. But is it sustainable? I mean, it's going to depend on birth charts and whatever, because you may be a Taurus or you may be a Sag with very little Sag in your chart. So there's some sort of, was it just a basic incompatibility? And because just because you're attracted to someone and you can have fun together sometimes doesn't mean that that can last, that if there's basic incompatibilities. So thinking about those things, and it makes you feel better about it, and you gain some wisdom. You can let go of the resentment and sort of move forward. But I don't know what this person from the past, for some of you, for a small number of you, you you really will struggle with this because if so, either it was maybe a crush that you never had a relationship with, or I don't know. I just see it for some of you really making you off balance a little because you don't know what to do, because you're very happy this person is coming back, but you're think you're happy with who you are now, and it's going to bring up all of these thoughts that have just been coming out, like, what does this mean? Would it work? What, am I really happy with the person now? Or yeah. So I just see it. I just see you having some times where you're kind of really in your head thinking about things like that. Okay, I feel like that was kind of all over the place, but that's what I got, Cancer. I hope you have a great May. Take care.